I'm with Rick Heyman, Managing Director of Medimark Scientific. So hi Rick, thank you for joining us. Can you start by telling me who are Medimark Scientific and how long have you been trading for?
Well, Medimark Scientific is actually the trading name for a company called Medichem International Marketing Limited. That company's been trading since 1997, although in the guise of companies, we've been working in the veterinary market under the sale of biocides for the last 20 years.
And what is Medimark's primary product focus?
Our primary product focus is the sale of biocides, and that'll be disinfectants, instrument disinfectants, hand care, personnel skin care to the veterinary industry. Although we do spread across other industries like the animal welfare environment, the medical industry, dental, life science, laboratory, varied industries across the board. We have a range of brands that we focus on, ranging from things like Anagene, which is one of our primary surface disinfectant brands, right through to our Reprochem brands, and that even includes elements like our instrument reprocessing machines, which are now being expanded throughout the whole of Europe.
And how does Medimark distinguish itself from comparable suppliers in the market?
I like to think that Medimark's tried to focus itself as an educational institution, if you like, as much of a business. We've always tried to educate the industry with regards to the improvements in infection control. We've always tried to elevate the understanding of biocides, the understanding of cross-infection control, whether that be from the use of just controlling things like MRSA, which has been very common, through to elements of controlling things like parvovirus, becoming aware of things like the pet passport scheme that's coming up in the reduction of the pet passport scheme, particularly for the potential for the risk of rabies entering the country. But things like that, we've always tried to improve the education, particularly in this industry, of the veterinary nurses. Some of the things that we may be doing in that instance would be things like lunch and learns. We would do relative simple levels of CPD to train veterinary nurses on how to process and disinfect things like very expensive flexible endoscopes, how to look at doing proper hand washing to reduce cross-infection, how to actually use products appropriately, and really how to assess them. So there's a lot of work that's involved, not just from the actual implementation of the product, but also an aspect with looking at how we would, say, assess a product, how we would look at the chemistries we're now using in the industry. Over the next year or so, one of the things that is coming into the market is something called the REACH regulations. And in that aspect, people are going to have to be very aware of the chemicals they're using in the industry, very aware of the risk statements that are associated with chemicals. And Medimark's going to be at the forefront of trying to educate the veterinary nurse market on that basis.
Thank you very much, Rick. And for more information about the company, please visit their website medi-mark.co.uk.